Hello everybody, my name is Hope and welcome back to my channel. I like musicals, they're a big part of my life, and today I'm going to be giving you some ultimate recommendations for drama school audition songs. Now I've done a couple of drama school videos, I'll put that here. There's also a playlist if you fancy watching it, and I will be putting more in the playlist as the weeks go on, as I know drama school auditions are rolling back around again. But today I'm going to be giving you some of my recommendations for what songs you should sing for your drama school auditions. Now I do have a little disclaimer. Number one, I'm not audition god, and just because you use these songs doesn't necessarily mean you'll get in. Number two, if your song is not on my list, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's a bad audition song. I have a list of almost 30 songs, which doesn't seem like a lot, but trust me, it'll feel like a lot when I talk about them, because I didn't want this video to be 50 million minutes long. But what I'm hoping you'll get out of this video is when I recommend a song, you can be like, are there all the things that this song has in my song? Because I've had far too many people ask me if singing World Burn from Mean Girls is a good idea, and I'm just going to tell you right now, no it's not, especially for a drama school audition. But just before I get right into this video, remember that you can like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and also follow me on my social medias, which is XWilsonX on Instagram and HopeWilson45 on Twitter and TikTok. I also want to know down in the comments, what do you want to audition with, or what did you audition with for your drama school auditions? Because I bet that the only people watching this are the people that are auditioning for drama school, unless you just like me that much that you decide to stick around, which honestly I'm very thankful for. If you're curious to know what mine was, my first year it was Fly Fly Away from Catch Me If You Can. What a mistake that was, still cannot sing that song to this day. My second year was Hellfire from Hunchback of Notre Dame. I love singing that song. My drama school audition song that got me into Erdang, which if you follow this channel you'll know that's where I go, that was Moments in the Woods by Stephen Sondheim from Into the Woods, and there is nothing more special to me than that because Stephen Sondheim is my man. But like I said, let me get into the video. I'm going to go into the criteria that I think is needed for a drama school audition song, and then I'm going to give you all of my recommendations. So you can skip this if you want, but I think it's really worth listening to, because if your song isn't on this list or you don't find a song that you want to sing off of this list, you can follow this criteria and you can find a good audition song for you. So number one, castability. Is the character of the song that you're singing a role that you realistically will be casted for in the future? You don't want to sing a song for a role that you're never going to play, because that's not useful for the panel or yourself. You want to sing a character that shows part of you, and that's by showing characters that you want to play in the future, because they want to see if these characters that you think you're going to play, they can also see you playing in the future. Number two is age range. Kind of comes in similarly. Pick a character that is a similar age to you. I would say that the age range you're probably looking to is about 16 to 24, but obviously there are exceptions to that if the character is slightly younger or unspecified. Like, as long as they're a young adult or like a teenager, you should be fine. That's kind of what you're looking for. Number three is a journey. You want a beginning, a middle, and an end to your song. You don't want it to just be like, I'm singing this song and now the song is over, because who cares? The panel want to see your acting ability, the way you perform a song, not just how you sing it. So make sure you get a good, solid journey so they can see that you can do that. I don't know if this is number four or not. I think it is. And it kind of comes in tandem with journey, and that's emotional range. You don't want a character that's sad the whole way through. You don't want a character that's like, oh my god, bouncing off the walls the whole way through, because it doesn't show more of what you can do. There are so many songs which have a bit where they're confused, and then a bit where they're getting ready, and then a bit where they're going on. I used kind of like Astonishing from Little Women as an example, because that song is a very good journey song. The beginning, Joe is like thinking, who is he? Like, who is he with his marry me, with his ring? That's the whole beginning. She's like confused, she's trying to think, she's trying to process, then she's trying to calm herself down, and then she's thinking, oh, what if I could be astonishing? Like, that is the thought that she's got. She's thinking, could that be me? Could I succeed? She's in that state of like thinking about it, and then skipping a couple of stages, by the end she's like, I'm doing it. That is what I'm doing. I'm here, I'm ready, I'm moving on with my life, and I'm just gonna go for it. And as you can see, that is a journey. So even though the character is the same and she doesn't change place, she doesn't change anything about her like personally, necessarily, she doesn't change from good to evil. She just is having this long thought process, and it shows all the different beats of her character. There's a happy bit, there's a confused bit, there's a sad bit, there's a determined bit, and that's what you want the drama school panel to see. And my last one, and arguably one of the most important, although I think Journey is probably the most important, is vocal versatility. I, in a lot of my TikToks, use the term vocal range, and I think that's the wrong descriptor, and so I'm specifying it here. Vocal versatility is essentially you want to show different parts of your voice. If you can belt, you want to show that you can belt. If you can mix, you want to show that you can mix. If you are a legit person, sure, you want to show that you can sing legit, right? You don't need a song that is belting 24/7. You don't even need a song that is belting for like half. You need one sentence of belt. That is all you need, because you want to show everything that you can do. For example, with Moments in the Woods from Into the Woods, when I was singing that song for my auditions, was not the most confident belter, but I could do it. So I wanted to show that I could do it. To the very last note of it, that's what I did. I belted it. But the rest of the song, I was showing my legit lines, my mix, all the stuff that I'm naturally very good at, because they could see that I could do that. And then by having the belt at the end, I've ticked that final box for, yes, I'm a very versatile singer. And that's what you want to do. So if that's all the information you need on what you want, you can leave this video right now. Although I would recommend not doing, because I've got many a song recommendation which follows all of that criteria. But if you watch this video and you're like, none of these songs are really sticking out to me, you can follow the criteria that I just explained, and you can find yourself a good audition song too. So let me get into some song recommendations. Number 1, The Fire Within Me from Little Women. Speaking of Little Women, a lot of the songs have really good journeys and vocal versatility, which is what you're after. A lot of people don't like singing Astonishing because it is pretty overdone. If you know me, I'm very much of the belief that if it's a song that you can sing really well and it has a journey and vocal versatility and castability, has all of those things, sing it. Don't care if it's overdone, just sing it, because it'll show you off the best. But The Fire Within Me from Little Women is essentially just less done version of Astonishing. The end is more or less exactly the same. But I think in this song, Jo is fueled with more determination and self-assurance, because this is the end of the show. And I think because in Astonishing it jumps around a bit more, which you do want, The Fire Within Me allows you to settle into it a little bit more, and is honestly just more straightforward. And sometimes simplicity is better. Oh yeah, I also forgot to mention that I'm going to be doing both male and female songs, and you should stick around for both, because I sang songs for the other gender. Why can't you? If it works for you, it works for you. Who cares who sang it originally? Number 2, Stop and See Me from Weird Romance. Now, the first time I heard this song was actually at an audition. I heard somebody else sing it, and I was like, this is so cute. And I'm not going to sit here and pretend that it's a normal show, because she is a homeless robot, pretty much. But it's written by Alan Menken, Disney King, and it hits all the emotional beats that you need an audition song to sing. So why wouldn't you sing it? Number 3, When the World Was Mine from The Count of Monte Cristo. The Count of Monte Cristo is a Frank Wildhorn musical. Frank Wildhorn wrote Jekyll and Hyde, Bonnie and Clyde, Wonderland, all of those. And they all follow similar musical patterns, because obviously they're written by the same person. And When the World Was Mine is a strong power ballad. If you like A New Life or Someone Like You from Jekyll and Hyde, but are like, I think that's a little overdone, you can sing this one instead. Number 4, I'm Done from Rocky. Really good acting through song. A little overdone, sure, but when it's good, it's good. And it's also under 2 minutes, so you wouldn't have to cut it for auditions, which is really useful if you don't know how to cut sheet music. But if you wanted to learn, in my Ultimate Guide to Drama School auditions video, which I'll put back up there again, maybe, I also explained how to do that. Number 5, Home from Beetlejuice. Now, I see a lot of people wanting to sing Beetlejuice, which is understandable because it's popular and people like it, but a lot of people pick Dead Mom, and I think you should pick Home. It has way more of a journey. It also allows more vocal versatility than I think Dead Mom does. But one thing about Beetlejuice in general is, please do not put on a character voice. Don't try and sound like Sophia and Caruso, because it's doing you no favors, and the panel want to hear your authentic voice. They don't want to hear you try and sound like Sophia and Caruso, so please don't do it. I'm going to do 5 originally female songs and 5 originally male songs, but like I said, who cares? Nobody. So number 6 is I Love Betsy from Honeymoon in Vegas. This song is in my rep. I love it. I think it's one of my favourite musical theatre songs of all time, because it's just so good. There's so much range to be had. There's so many character choices that you can make. And also, the song mainly uses piano. Piano is the main instrument, pretty much, in the original song. So when you're playing it with a piano for the first time, it's really helpful because it sounds a lot like the original. Number 7, Evermore from Beauty and the Beast. So I like Evermore more than If I Can't Love Her. They're both good, but I feel like Evermore has more places to go. I think in general Disney is a good place to look. Even if it's not what you end up picking, it's good to have one in the bank because it has a lot of songs with emotional journeys and decent range. And I think Evermore has more of a character-driven narrative than If I Can't Love Her, but I like both, so they're both good. Number 8 is My Petersburg from Anastasia. I don't care if it's overdone. I really don't. I think it's such a good song. Any opportunity you can get to have a sweet boy with a great song, I just think you should take it, because why wouldn't you? It's a great time. At number 9, I have She Loves Me from She Loves Me. Now this is a legit song, but it's a very characterful legit song, and you don't really have to sing it legit. And I'm usually a stickler for like, please sing legit with legit, because that's how to correctly sing it. But to be honest, a lot of people at drama school auditions haven't learned how to sing legit in the way it's supposed to be sang, so you can kind of get away with it, and it's just really fun. There's so much comedy in this song that I think people just don't utilize all the time, but if you listen to the Broadway recording, it's really good. Number 10 is She Is Not Thinking of Me from Gigi. I love Gigi. I'm a Gigi stan. No one ever talks about it, and it makes me kind of mad because really one of the better legit shows, apart from the end. The end's a bit random, but that's not what I'm here to talk about. She Is Not Thinking of Me is very good for versatility, actually. It has a top note, but the rest of it's kind of way more acting driven, and I think you get to know this character within the one song, which is quite useful for a drama school audition, as opposed to like other shows where it takes you a while to understand the way the character thinks. This song is all about the way this character thinks, so it's quite helpful. Back to originally female songs. At number 11, Spark of Creation from Children of Eden. I think the character is so naturally engaging. I think because she's so determined to get what she wants in such an innocent way is really, really helpful into understanding her character. And also this song, so much versatility vocally. And honestly, I think if you like spent the time to think about it, it could also have a lot of like acting moments which would really set you apart from other people. Number 12, The Money Tree from The Act. Now, I only know the song because one of my friends, Annika, hey Annika, you're definitely not watching this, but I'm giving you a shout anyway because you're just so cool, sang this song and I heard it and went, this kind of eats, because it does. It's probably the roguest one on my list because stylistically it's absolutely nothing like any of the others. It's like a jazzy belt number and the context of the song is like so unique, and this whole situation that the song presides around is so unique. The character is a little bit older, but not enough for me to be like, this is inappropriate, although I'm not like the most knowledgeable in this musical, so I could be wrong, but I really think it's worth checking out, even if you don't end up seeing it for auditions. Number 13, Since You Stayed Here from Brownstone. Now, I'm not going to sit here and pretend I knew this musical before filming this video, because I didn't, but I was looking at someone's Spotify playlist and they had this song, and I think it's great for an audition. It's super lyrical ballad vibes. It's sung by Liz Calloway, original Anastasia, like movie Anastasia. Also, I'm sure you've heard a version of the Medalock, because who hasn't? But it's simple, but I think really effective, and I will be learning it once I figure out where to get the sheet music from. Number 14, He Threw Me from Meet John Doe. I really like Meet John Doe. I'm Your Man is probably the more well-known audition song, but I have seen this start being sang at auditions. I think the song is funnier and more characterful than I'm Your Man, but that's just my personal opinion. And if you like Watch What Happens from Newsies, I think this is a good one to look at because it's like an alternative to that song if you didn't want to sing that one. Number 15 is Gifts of Love from The Baker's Wife. Now, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. I hate this song because the amount of times I heard it last year was utterly ridiculous and slightly painful, but it really does cover all of the bases. An emotional ballad with a belt. What more could you want? At number 16, I have Donny Nowitzki from Bandstand. When you watch Corey Cott doing this number, you'll get why I like this number so much. I think it's so interesting. Donny is talking about himself and what he wants to achieve and the way he's like planning in his head. And like I said, when you get an insight into how a character thinks, you get to know the character much better than just if they were singing, not telling their complete truths, if that makes sense. So I think it's a really useful song to have. Number 17, I have Something's Coming from West Side Story, which I think does the same. I actually think that Bandstand is kind of like a modern day West Side Story. Not obviously in story, but I think if West Side Story was a contemporary musical, Bandstand would have a very similar vocal sound. West Side Story is a classic tale, and Something's Coming is a classic song. And I think it's one of the original, like, ingenue boy songs. I don't know what the term for ingenue for a male presenting character is, but I would bank on it being something. I would bank on Tony being put into that category. Also, I saw at the Jimmy Awards that someone who isn't male played Tony for the first time, and it made my day. I thought it was so cool. Anyway, moving on. Number 18 is Dreamer in Disguise from Carrie. This song is very short and sweet, and I think it does the job. Again, I think that Tommy Ross is a male ingenue, love interest to Sue, obviously, and he's just a nice guy. And if your casting type is the nice, stereotypically attractive one, this is like your casting type, right? So this would be the kind of song that you would want to pick. Number 18, Evermore Without You from The Woman in White. I think this song covers all the bases. I think it's just a nice, solid song, love story. It's all you need. It's all you need. Realistically, it's all you need. Number 20, You Never Know from If Then. Again, I think this character is slightly older than the bracket, but not enough for me to be like, this is completely out of range for you, because a lot of people are saying Always Starting Over from If Then, which is just the female counterpart to the male role in the show. I think it works. I think it's solid. If you can't tell, I don't know this song overly well, but I remember listening to it and being like, this is a song I want to put on my list because it's unique. And there is another song, The Show, which is also sang by this character, but it has a lot of swearing in it, and I'm not a huge advocate for putting swear words in your audition song if you can avoid it. But again, that's just my personal preference. That's not like a rule, but I would probably lean against it. Number 21, Someone Like You from Jekyll and Hyde. Now, I know I talked about before, if you don't want to sing Someone Like You from Jekyll and Hyde, pick this song. But if you want to sing Someone Like You from Jekyll and Hyde, sing Someone Like You from Jekyll and Hyde, because I think it's great. I love the song. I think it's a classic love story ballad, but you still have enough character in it for it to not just be like, I'm here singing a really sad song and that's it. And if you love belting, pick Jekyll and Hyde, because you'll have a great time. Anything Frank Wildhorn really is pretty belty, but Jekyll and Hyde especially, he loved it. He loved putting it in there. Number 22, Fly Into the Future from Vanities. Now, I know I didn't list this in my original drama school songs, but I did sing this for a first round or a second round audition. I just don't remember which one. A lot of people like cute boys with short haircuts from Vanities, but I think Fly Into the Future is more interesting. I think the character has a lot more going for her, and the song has a better journey, but that's just me. But I would recommend that one, even if you're not going to sing it for auditions. I'd listen to it because the song has a very clear journey within it, and that might help you to identify what other songs have a good journey in them, because that one is very clear cut. Like, this is section 1, this is section 2, all the way through. Number 22 is Nothing Short of Wonderful from Dogfight. Now, Dogfight is a popular audition musical, but it's typically with Before It's Over from Dogfight, which is a lovely song. Don't get me wrong. I'm a big Dogfight stan. Love myself some Dogfight. But that song is arguably the most boring. It's the only one out of every single song in Dogfight that I couldn't tell you any of the words other than the words Before It's Over, because I just don't listen to it in my spare time. But Nothing Short of Wonderful is so warm. Pretty Funny is really sad, and I get that. And if people want to sing a sad song, sing Pretty Funny. But I think Nothing Short of Wonderful is so full of life as a song. And I think Rose as a character really shines through in that song. And again, I think I sang this for one round. Just one audition, one round. I didn't use it for anything else. Don't know why, because it's a good song. But really cute up-tempo for you. Number 24 is Journey to the Past from Anastasia. Again, is it overdone? Yeah, but it's overdone because it's good. It gets the job done. There is a definite emotional journey in there, and you can add a vocal journey in there, even though I wouldn't say there massively is one. But you can definitely show off whatever you want, because you can pick and choose how to sing that song. Again, a lot of people pick In My Dreams. I like In My Dreams too. I think In My Dreams probably has more vocal versatility, but less of a journey. So it kind of depends what you want to sacrifice, because not every single song is going to have every single element that you're going to want to tick off. So if you wanted to focus on vocal versatility over journey, you would pick In My Dreams. But if you wanted to focus on Journey, you would pick Journey to the Past. You know what I mean? Number 25, When I Look at You from the Scarlet Pimpernel. Now, a couple of years ago, this was like all the rage. Every single person was singing it. Even if it wasn't for auditions, like I heard people at mock auditions, everyone was pulling out When I Look at You. And it was great. It was cool. But now it's gone like back off the radar again. It's from the Scarlet Pimpernel. I don't remember if I said that. And it just does the job. It covers all the bases emotionally, vocally. Another Frank Wildhorn musical. Again, he seems to be pretty good at that. I'm just noticing that now. But it's a very standard American ballad. And you can't go wrong with one of those. You just can't. Number 26 is Run Away With Me from The Mad Ones. Really want this sheet music in a high key because the original key is just slightly too low, but the character is just a bit of me. I love the character. He is so desperate and he's so motivated. And I think that's so interesting. I think that's such an interesting character. Run Away With Me is also from, is it the unauthorized biography of Samantha Brown? It's something like that. Emily Brown? Or am I mixing that up with a children's book? I feel like I might be. But I think the journey of this character and the vocal range is literally exactly what we want in a drama school audition. And like no one really sings it and it makes me sad because it's a good song. Number 27 is Her Voice from The Little Mermaid. I feel like I've mentioned The Little Mermaid already, but maybe I didn't. Maybe I cut it out. Maybe I just forgot. Or maybe I did mention it and I'm just that forgetful that I can't remember that I mentioned it. But people like Wild Uncharted Waters, and Wild Uncharted Waters is good, but I think Her Voice has more of a journey because he's talking about the girl that he loves. Well, he fancies, even though they've known each other for like a week, but that's not what this is about. But it works. And that's what you're after. You're after something that works. My last song on this list, because I've been talking for almost 40 minutes, I feel like I could just talk about this forever, is Take a Chance on Me from Little Women, which is sang by, why can I only think of Timothée Chalamet right now? Timothée Chalamet's character in Little Women, the movie. Why have I forgotten what his name is? Huey? Laurie! I was thinking of Hugh Laurie and I just couldn't think of it. Laurie. Like I said, Little Women, great for an audition song. Lots of character, lots of journey, lots of vocals, everything that it could want. And I feel like I should say more, but I've spoken about Little Women like 3 times this far, so you know what I'm going for. So that's my list. If you didn't find your audition song on this list, or you're like, is my audition song covering these criteria? I really don't know. You can comment me down in the comments, or you can go to my TikTok and comment on my comments on my TikTok, or you can DM me on Instagram. You can do any of those things. I typically do reply, or at least I'll try my best. So hopefully this video was helpful. It's giving you ideas. Like I said, please don't be offended if your song didn't make this list, because there are 50 bajillion zillion songs in this world, and I'm simply not going to sit here and name every single audition song I think is amazing. But I can do another one of these if people want an idea in another thing. Also, if people want any more drama school advice, I can give a lot of that, because I'm going into my 2nd year of my degree, but my 3rd year of drama school training, if that makes sense. I've had the experience, arguably too much of it, but that's not the point. Thank you so much for watching this video. You can like it if you like it. Subscribe down below if you feel like it. Like I said, comment anything that you want. I will be there to read it. Follow me in my social medias, Hope Wilson 45 on TikTok and Twitter, and XOWilsonX on Instagram. I'm still trying to upload every week, but clearly that isn't going well. That's a lie. I don't have a plan, but I'm going to try. I'm going to try a bit harder, okay? So, you heard it here. You heard it here. But keep enjoying musicals as much as me, and I will see you in the next one.